Hi Year 6, here I am again with another literacy video for week 6 of your home learning. I hope you're all doing really well. Thank you to those children that are still submitting their literacy work. Mr. Farrow and I really enjoy reading it and we want you to keep them coming. Okay, so keep up with that really high level of writing that you're doing at the moment. Well done. So you have a new unit and this time it's a book called Floodland by Marcus Sedgwick. You'll find it in the same place as you've seen the other one, so in your Purple Mash accounts, in your classes home learning folders. And again, it follows the same format where you have 5 different activities to do, one for each day of the week. We'll start off with day 1, which is exploring the text. And this time you have an illustration and it asks you to think about this illustration because it's the opening of the novel, so it asks you to think about what you notice about the image, what you can see in the picture, what you might like about it, what do you think it refers to, why do you think the novel might start with this image, and there's a few questions there that we'd like you to answer in full sentences, please. The second day is, again, similarly to the other ones, is illustrating. Now, you've been asked to read the opening of the novel, which I'm going to do for you now, and then whatever comes to your mind, whatever image is painted in your mind, we'd like you to illustrate that about the extract. You can even do that now while I'm reading this to you. Zoe ran harder than she had ever run in her life. Her feet pounded through the deserted streets of derelict buildings. Somewhere, not far behind, she could hear the gang coming after her. It felt as if her heart would burst, but she didn't slow down. She's been planning to leave the island for a long time, but had been putting it off. It was a big decision to set out to sea in a tiny rowing boat. Now she had no choice. Before, no one had bothered her. Zoe was a loner. Most of the people left on Norwich hung around together in groups, but she preferred to be on her own. It was safer that way, because you never knew whom you could trust. Somehow, someone had found out about the boat she'd been hiding. A boat was an escape route, a way to get away from Norwich, which got smaller every year, as the sea kept on rising. It didn't matter that there could only be room for 2 people at most in her boat. Others had joined in the chase, and now a mob of about 15 people was hot on her heels. There was only one way out, to get to her boat before they got to her. So it'd be really great if you could read that again to yourselves and think about, in your imagination, what stood out for you. Draw an illustration, whatever's captured in your mind, thinking about the place, thinking about the moment, the mood of the story. And we'd also like you to add any words or phrases to your illustration to describe what is happening, okay, to really bring your picture to life. On day 3, there's a few questions again, and this time you're thinking about the text and you're also thinking about words like deserted, derelict, asking you to find the meanings of those words. Okay, thinking about imagining the events from that small extract that I read to you. On day 4, another activity where you've got to imagine, but we would like you to answer the questions as well. It's asking you to think about this line in the text. A boat was an escape route, a way to get away from Norwich, which got smaller every year as the sea kept on rising. It asks you to look at the map and see where Norwich is. And it asks you to think, what could her escape route have been? Why do you think she refers to Norwich as an island when we know it's in the UK? And we want you to think about imagining what could have happened to the sea levels to create that devastation around Norwich as well. And finally, on day 5, he was inspired, the author Marcus Sedgwick was inspired to write this novel because of climate change. Now, we've all looked at climate change together. If you remember a few months back, we had our climate change day. We'd like you to think about planning some ways in which you can help prevent climate change. You could record items, you could write a report about it. You could think about what to do to prevent climate change from happening. Are there any things that we should be doing that we're not, or that you could be doing that you're not? I want you to present your information in a really creative, fun way. It could be a PowerPoint, it could be a report, it could be a piece of writing, it could be a leaflet. It's totally up to you, but think about all the ways that we could use to prevent climate change. I'm looking forward to seeing everyone's work again this week. I hope that you all give it all a go, okay? Because I am really loving reading your work. And you never know, might see each other soon. I hope you're all doing really well. Take care. Bye.